Good morning from sunny Cairns, Queensland. Today I'm heading on an epic 26-hour journey to Brisbane on the Spirit of Queensland. I'm heading from right there, well not right there, that's the shopping centre, but the train station's inside there, so let's head in and get settled in for the next day and a bit. Might not actually be able to get in this way yet. We have to go around the side. The train station's inside at the back of the shopping centre there. So if you come after 8, I think you could just walk in that way. But this train leaves a bit early, so it's not open yet. Also, it's a Sunday, so everyone's sleeping in. The station itself isn't closed though, and it's just a short walk around the corner. My first stop is to check my luggage in. Cairns Station is also where you board for the Cairns Scenic Railway. There's also a booking office here, which is already open. Now because it's so early and it's a Sunday morning, there's no cafes or coffee open, so I really need a coffee. I know they're going to give us a little coffee on board. I hope they give us something because I haven't had breakfast either. Luckily, I packed a banana, which I ate while I waited for my train to arrive. The train I'm travelling on today is the Spirit of Queensland, a diesel tilt train operated by Queensland Rail. These rail car seats sell out really early, like months in advance, so I actually went through day by day and got the first available single seat I could find, which was today. So if you want to travel in this train, you have to book the sleeper at least a good couple of months in advance. There we go. I'm travelling on the Railbed today, which is an airline-style sleeper pod. The configuration is my favourite type, 2-1, meaning solo travellers get their own seat. The seat opposite mine is an accessible rail bed, and since it isn't being used as such, it means there's an extra space on that side too.
Joshua,
yes.
You are here, present and correct, thank you.
7 designated stop through from Cairns to Brisbane today. This train is now ready for an immediate departure. Any persons on board who are not ticketed to travel with us, you need now to step off this train as these doors will automatically close.
We leave Cairns right on time and start our epic 26-hour journey south.
Could I please have your full attention for a few moments while I take you through the features of your seat? Inside of the safety card in your seat pocket you will find some important information, along with a menu and a set of headphones for the entertainment system. For your personal entertainment system contains a selection of pre-recorded television, music and movies. To fully enjoy the content provided, please ensure you remove your headphones from the safety card and plug them into the headphone socket located above the armrest of your chair. To one side of your seat you will find a remote control for your screen, and under the remote control on the inside of the seat you will find 4 buttons to adjust the seat back and the footrest. To your other side you will find a tray table, and to activate this you can simply push down to release before pulling the table up and across your lap. There is a power point located on the front of your chair should you wish to plug in any personal devices. Please be cautious of placing anything down the side of your seat such as glasses, phones or magazines, as these are not easily retrieved and this can damage your items as well as the seat deployment mechanisms. The toilet and shower amenities are located at the rear of your carriage, and a cold water fountain and rubbish bin are located here also. In your overhead locker you've been supplied with a towel which may be placed in the linen bin near the shower once you have finished using it. Please also find in your overhead locker a complimentary knee blanket and neck pillow to use at your leisure. All of your main meals are included in your fare and will be served to your seats accompanied by cold drinks and desserts and a refreshing tea or coffee following the meal. If you would like any additional food, drinks or snacks, you can purchase these items from the Spirit of Queensland Cafe, which is located in Carriage D. and it will be open at all hours. I'll be making a further announcement once the cafe is open this morning. I'll be making my way regularly throughout the train, so if you need any assistance, please don't hesitate to ask myself or any member of our friendly onboard team. And shortly we'll be popping through with a light snack and a tea and coffee. So if you could just pop your tray tables out, that would be greatly appreciated. Welcome aboard the Spirit of Queensland and Railbed service. Please sit back, relax and enjoy the journey.
Let me go over that in a little more detail for you. To the right of our seat there's a reading light, and to the left you will find a USB outlet with a headphone plug for the entertainment system. And down below you'll find an Australian power outlet. On the left armrest there's a little storage space and the remote for the entertainment system, which is obviously in front. The entertainment system has a reasonable amount of movies and TV shows on it, not majorly new like on a plane, but fairly decent nonetheless. There's a ton of legroom in front as well as a pull down footstool. Although this has fairly heavy springs on it, so if you move your foot it flips up, which is very annoying. On the right armrest there's a large tray table. You push it to unlock. It's very heavy so you do struggle a little to lift it high enough to open properly. It's a fairly decent size, but as you can see when it's fully open you're stuck in, which is just a minor issue, but it would be nice to have a separate cup holder to use if your table's closed. Above the seat is an overhead locker with a towel and a pillow inside. Now the seat reclines in two parts, with the back and the footrest moving separately. The recline is a little awkward and could do with a little more recline in my opinion. These are just minor complaints, as the seat is still miles better than anything Transport New South Wales has to offer. Our first stop of the day is Gordon Vale, just 25 minutes from Cairns. Just after Gordon Vale, the crew came through with a much needed coffee and a very tasty muffin. All meals are included on the Railbed fare.
Hello customers, just letting you know I'll be popping through the carriages very shortly to take your lunch orders, so if you could take a look at the menu located in your seat pocket, I'll be through to take those orders very soon.
I grabbed the ricotta.
Yeah, little filet, yeah. And for dessert?
The top one, the
panna cotta?
Yeah, exactly.
And would you like a beer, wine, soft drink or a juice?
I grab a beer.
Great Northern?
What's the other one?
We've got a Burley mid-tide.
Okay.
Burley.
Also in the seat pocket in front of us is the train safety information, your headphones, a sick bag, and a magazine. There's also a little amenities pack by Bubbles Organic. I'm not too sure on the company, but inside this cute little bag is a bar of soap, moisturiser, face cleanser and lip balm. After morning tea we head into Innisfail, which feels like a good time to grab another coffee and take a look around. There are two Railbed cars on the train, and in between you will find a cold water fountain and space for unchecked luggage. There's a few options for bathrooms. This one is just a standard toilet. And at the end of the car there's an accessible bathroom, which is much larger. And also has its own shower attached, which I'll be making use of in the morning. There's also smaller showers throughout the rest of the train, which is plenty enough for everyone. You won't go without. After the Railbed cars is the dining car and cafe, with a nice lounge style seating area and a cafe. We can buy anything from souvenirs to barista made coffee, soft drinks, alcohol, pies, sandwiches and the like. There is no economy on this train, with the only other class on board being labelled as premium economy. It's in a 2-2 configuration, and also has a personal entertainment system, and looks like a fairly decent and comfortable seat. Loving this already. Little breakfast. Went and got myself a second coffee. Lunch soon, and only 23 hours left. If you look close enough you might notice a small gauge track that runs beside us. Well, this is for the sugarcane trains that are common in the area. In fact, we were stopped to give way to this train, which is the first time I've been on a train that's had to stop at a rail crossing for another train. As I drink my coffee and look out the window, we head through some lush tropical vegetation, some small townships, and of course cane fields before lunch was served.
For you. Well, I'll attempt to find out for you.
Thank you.
And your beer. Enjoy.
Thank you. I opted for the ricotta and spinach pastry with vanilla bean panna cotta for dessert and a burley mid-tie to go with it. Man, these beers have a long expiry on them. Is this February or March? Included in the meal is also a voucher for a hot drink from the cafe. I have to say, lunch hit the spot. We spend the next couple of hours following the Bruce Highway before heading into Townsville where the crew changes over and we get our first fresh air break of the trip. Check this map out, you can see here all of the places that Queensland Rail go. They go to some pretty remote places like Mount Isa and Longreach, all on trains that are different from each other. As you know, there's not much to do on a long trip like this, except sitting back and relaxing and watching the scenery change out your window. I did decide to go get a cup of tea though, which unfortunately ended up on the floor. You see, as there is a cup holder right at the back of the seat, it's a bit inconvenient. As I had hold of my cup, I rested my arm a little too heavy on the armrest, which unlocked the tray table, which sprung out and knocked the tea out of my hand. Well, at least it didn't land on me or anything important. This part of the journey had us crawling along at just 40 kilometers an hour, mostly to let the freight trains pass that share the rail line with us. We lost a bit of time here, but we did make up some speed as we made our way into Proserpine, our second fresh air break. Good to stretch your legs and your back. The sun is set now, so there's no longer anything outside except the reflection, so it's time to put on a movie. And for dinner, of course. I opted for the caprese pasta salad, roast pork with roast potato and seasonable vegetables, and an apple crumble for dessert. Now this was the best meal I've ever had on a train anywhere. After dinner they came around with some tea and coffee, just as we arrived into Mackay.
So if you intend on having your bed lowered, please have your light on by this time. But if you don't wish to have your bed down, which many people don't, we can get your pillows and doonas up for you to make you comfortable in your seating position.
At first I was going to wait a little bit for my bed to be made, but in the end decided to push the red button. Once the red button is pushed, the attendant comes along and folds the seat forwards, and makes the bed for you. Once in bed mode, there's no recline, but you can still easily see the TV. One downside of being in the front row was the automatic doors opening. It's only crew through here, so it isn't too bad. I think the other carriage would be worse, with people waiting for the bathroom. We also noticeably picked up speed, to make up some time while we all sleep. As we pulled into Rockhampton, it's worth looking out the window.
because you'll see something unique. You see, the trains here run down the middle of the street, which is quite odd to see. Here's a video I took from the street a few days later. I'm not sure how many places in the world you can see this. Anyway, now we're in Rockhampton, it's time for some much needed sleep. I ended up having a solid few hours sleep, which was great. The bed is super comfy. But I decided to get up early and beat the morning rush for the shower.
Alright, time to check out the shower. It's a really nice shower. Nice pressure. But this makes a lot of noise.
Once back from my shower, my seat was already converted back into day mode, which was great for watching the fog lift on the start of my second day on the train. As you know, our journey started yesterday in Cairns. The train heads 26 hours south, mostly following the A1 highway, to Brisbane. Tickets were purchased through the queenslandrailtravel.com.au website, and as I said earlier, the Railbeds are booked out far in advance. My Railbed today cost me $389.25. This of course is with the sleeper bed and all meals included. Just to compare, the premium economy cost $221.40. This is still good value, but is without meals included and a lay flat seat. There wasn't much of a wait for breakfast to be served. I had the cheese and chive omelette with bacon, sausage and roasted tomatoes, and a much needed coffee. And just like all the other meals, it was very, very tasty. After breakfast, we started making our way through the Sunshine Coast region, stopping at Nambour, which is where we meet Brisbane City Train Network. We're on the home stretch now, which sees us passing by local stations along the way to Caboolture, which is the second last stop. From there, we make our way through Brisbane very slowly. We actually made up a lot of our delay back through the night, but we did seem to lose it again here, waiting for a clean run through the city. So what did I think of this train? Honestly, I loved it. The train is comfortable, and even with the little trivial things, this is still the best train in Australia. The staff were amazing, shout out to Justin, and the food was fantastic. If you want to experience train travel in Australia at a decent cost, this is the train to book. I mean, honestly, the Cairns and Indian Pacific costs thousands, and sure, this isn't luxury like those trains, but for less than $400 for a lay flat seat and everything included, it's a damn good alternative. As you can see, we are arriving at Roma Street Station, which is the terminus for long distance trains in Brisbane. And it seems the staff here are also just as fun as those on board.
Have fun on your journey.
Yeah, thank you. See you next time.
It's hot, nice and warm.
As nice as it was on board, it's nice to be off the train. If you have checked luggage, you'll find it waiting at the front of the train.
So I've made it to Brisbane's Roma Street Station. It only took 26 hours. Not that long. I mean, I could be in Europe, but I'm not. I'm in Brisbane. I actually quite enjoyed that. I think it's something I think everyone should do at least once. 26 hours is a long time, but on the Railbed, it's actually quite worth it.
To leave the station, there's some stairs down and one solo elevator, which everyone is using, so add about 15 minutes to your time to get out. Roma Street Station is also where you will find long distance buses and city train services. It's also where I was supposed to catch my next train, the electric tilt train, but as you'll see in my next video, nothing went according to plan and half my journey was by coach, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please remember to like and subscribe, it means a lot. Thanks for watching.
The downside of your train arriving early means that you've got to do the old can't check in till 2 PM trick. So it's going to be a long day.